I have a very tall son named Barron. Has anyone ever heard of him?
From the moment he was born, Barron Trump had a front-row seat to wealth, fame, and controversy. But while the Trump name has dominated headlines for decades, Barron has chosen a very different path from his bold and outspoken family. Quiet, private, and almost mysterious, Barron has stayed largely in the shadows, until now. Today, we're uncovering the untold story of Barron Trump. From White House kid to a rising force in the political landscape, a young man on a path that could redefine the Trump legacy. Stick around, because Barron's story is one you've never heard before. Barron William Trump entered the world on March 20, 2006. Then came the 2024 presidential election. Donald Trump's bid for a big comeback. With the stakes higher than ever, guess who unexpectedly stepped into the fold? That's right, Barron. While he remained out of the press spotlight during this turbulent time, insiders revealed that his role was far more significant than anyone imagined. It turns out Barron became something of a secret weapon in Donald's campaign, not on stage or in front of cameras, but behind the scenes, where strategy and influence matter most. Donald Trump and Melania Trump. The youngest of 5 Trump children, Barron was, in many ways, set apart from the start. While his older siblings, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, were already adults, carving out their places in the family business, and his half-sister Tiffany remained closer to her mother. Barron became the only child Donald would raise alongside Melania. It was a dynamic that shaped him into someone unlike any other Trump. To understand Barron, you first need to understand his mother. Melania, a former supermodel from Slovenia, embraced her role as First Lady with elegance and discretion, a sharp contrast to Donald's bold and brash public persona. Melania fiercely shielded Barron from the constant glare of media attention. She even refused to move to the White House immediately after Donald's 2016 election victory, citing the importance of finishing Barron's school year in New York. When asked about her decision, Melania said simply, "My world is my son." This wasn't just motherly protection. It was a strategic effort to provide Barron with as much normalcy as possible in an entirely abnormal environment. But Barron's life could never be completely normal. Imagine being just 10 years old and moving into the White House. For most kids, a childhood playground might be a backyard or a local park. For Barron, it was rooms full of priceless artifacts, long hallways patrolled by Secret Service agents, and gardens where presidents governed the nation's future. At an age when most kids are worried about video games or homework, Barron was living at the heart of the political universe. And yet, he remained virtually invisible to the public, a stark contrast to his predecessors, such as Sasha and Malia Obama. Unlike many presidential children who are seen regularly at public events or celebrations, Barron rarely appeared in front of cameras. This reinforced his reputation as the Trump family's most enigmatic member. Even his relationship with his father, Donald, added an intriguing layer to his story. While Donald is known for being outspoken about his accomplishments, often talking up his children as extensions of his brand, he's offered surprisingly few details about Barron, calling him only a smart one and a natural. Melania, on the other hand, steps in as Barron's constant protector. While Donald has often praised his son's towering height, now an impressive 6'7", and his love for soccer, Melania ensures that Barron's private life stays just that, private. But what's so fascinating about Barron is how he seems to have absorbed the influences of both his parents, blending them into a personality all his own. On one side, Donald's relentless drive might have sparked Barron's sharp intellect and quiet ambition. But on the other side, Melania's reserved nature has shaped Barron into someone who values thoughtfulness over theatrics. Throughout his teen years, Barron quietly focused on his studies and interests, steering clear of controversy while still keeping a watchful eye on the powerhouse world his family inhabits. Word is, Barron's into technology. Close family friends say the young Trump has always shown an interest in coding, artificial intelligence, and digital media. Combine that with his love for strategy-heavy sports like soccer, and you start to see the outlines of a mind that's calculated, innovative, and quietly forward-thinking. Then came the 2024 presidential election, Donald Trump's bid for a big comeback. With the stakes higher than ever, guess who unexpectedly stepped into the fold? That's right, Barron. While he remained out of the press spotlight during this turbulent time, insiders revealed that his role was far more significant than anyone imagined. It turns out Barron became something of a secret weapon in Donald's campaign. Not on stage or in front of cameras, but behind the scenes, where strategy and influence matter most. Barron, in tune with his generation and the changing tides of media, reportedly encouraged his father to embrace new platforms and reach younger audiences. Forget cable news and big rallies. Barron told Donald to go live with podcasters and YouTube influencers. His advice led to one of the campaign's most unexpected moves: Donald Trump's 3-hour interview with Joe Rogan. Rogan's endorsement afterward was an absolute game-changer, and Melania publicly credited her son for the idea. So, let's think about that for a second. Behind his quiet demeanor and reserved public appearance, Barron Trump made a move that influenced a massive audience. Not just because of his father's reputation, but because he understood the cultural moment better than anyone expected. Is this a preview of what's to come? The biggest question on everyone's mind: what does the future hold for Barron? Is he destined to follow in his father's infamous footsteps, as a mogul, a political figure, or something entirely different? Growing up with a front-row seat to one of the most dramatic presidencies in U.S. history undoubtedly gives Barron a perspective very few people in the world share. He's seen the best and the worst of power, its ability to change nations, and its cost on a personal level. And now, as he comes into his own, Barron may surprise everyone by carving a path that's distinctly his own. There's even quiet chatter among political insiders that Barron, with his reserved nature and sharp intellect, could someday become the Trump brand's best-kept ace. While his siblings thrive on media and controversy, Barron's ability to stay composed while working intelligently in the background may be the defining trait that sets him apart. Could he be the one to redefine the Trump family name? Of course, Barron's story is still being written. Right now, he's just 17 and has the time and opportunity to explore his passions and interests, both in and out of the political sphere. What's clear, though, is that while Donald Trump often talks loudly about his own legacy, Barron is quietly building one of his own. Piece by piece, idea by idea. So, what do you think? Will Barron Trump become the next great leader in the family dynasty? Will he take everything he's learned from both Donald and Melania and use it to light a new path for the Trumps? Or will Barron leave the political world behind altogether, blazing his own trail far away from the spotlight? One thing's for sure: his story is only just beginning, and everyone is waiting to see what happens next. If you're fascinated by untold stories like this, hit that like button and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll dive deeper into the stories shaping tomorrow's headlines. Until next time, thanks for watching.